Is Knock at the Cabin worth your time and money? Let's find out.
Hi there. Can I talk to you for a little bit?
So, Knock at the Cabin is M. Night Shyamalan's latest feature film to hit cinemas. This is his follow-up to Old, after the kind of, whatever you want to call it, the Shyamalan. And I will just boil right down to this. I think this movie was excellent. I really, really, really loved it. I enjoyed my time watching it. I enjoyed all the performances, some of which I'll save for another day for a full spoiler discussion, probably once TJ has seen the movie. But for now, I will just say I think Old really worked for me. Obviously, I do think that Glass really worked for me. I liked it. I thought that Split was fantastic. I think that for sure he is back, if you will, if that was even a question. I think that M. Night Shyamalan really stumbled for a little bit there with some of the bigger budgets that these studios were giving him. But it just goes to show, you pair all that back, you give him great actors, a great script, in this case, a great adaptation by the Paul Tremblay book, The Cabin at the End of the World. And I think he is just firing on all cylinders. I loved his cameo in this. As you know, there's always going to be a cameo from there. But really, like I said, it is this script, the actual cinematography, all of the pull focus and rack focus and different elements that was used in this, I thought really, really worked to kind of build up the suspense in that classic way that you'd expect in a movie like this. But it's used, it might be the classic way, but it's used beautifully in here. But as I've kind of talked about, the performances, notably for me, Dave Bautista, you heard a lot about him going into this. I think that he is absolutely fantastic. Maybe his best performance yet. And I do think that is saying something, because him in Blade Runner 2049, if you haven't seen that movie for some reason, is fantastic. That movie was almost 6.5, almost 7 years ago at this point. And it's crazy to me that Dave Bautista has not gotten more of these breakout starring roles to really sink his teeth into, because clearly he can handle them very well. Now, for me, biggest surprises was actually Jonathan Groff and Ben Aldrich, who play the two parents in this movie, the two husbands that play the main couple of the story. Not that I'm surprised. Oh, Jonathan Groff is a great actor. Obviously, I've seen a lot of Mindhunter. I've seen him in his other works, obviously Hamilton, even the Frozen movies and everything like that. No doubts that Jonathan Groff is a great talent. But he does go that dramatic extra mile in this, and I really bought into it, and I really believed it. And also Ben Aldrich playing his husband in this, Andrew, dad number two, if you will, Daddy Andrew, if you've seen the movie. I thought that he was absolutely fantastic, and he's just something that was really an unknown quantity to me. I looked up his IMDb. I know he's in Pennyworth, or was in Pennyworth, R.I.P. Pennyworth, as Thomas Wayne, so maybe I'll go check out his work in that as well. But he was really endearing to me and really, really good. He had a lot of pressure on his shoulders as a character. He is kind of someone that is just building up this tension inside of him the entire movie, and every, beat that they would take, every drop of sweat that he would have in this movie, I believed it. I felt it. I felt him struggling, his emotions. And some of this stuff is just straight off the bat. And speaking of, this movie opens at a breakneck speed, where we are just in this thing with Dave Bautista and the little girl Wen, the daughter Wen, played by Kristen Koo. I thought that she was actually fantastic. I'll look up how old she is after this, but she, struck me as somebody who seemed to be acting at a rate way older than she is. And she really could be that annoying kid syndrome, but she really actually elevates this movie, so I'm glad that she had a big presence in this movie. Also, some of the supporting people, we got Nikki Amuka Bird, Rupert Grint, and Abby Quinn in here, playing the other members of Dave Bautista's kind of crew, which I won't get into too much here. But guys, all in all, really enjoyed this movie, more than I thought I was going to. Really, really, really liked it. For me, I will go ahead and give it a 4, leaning towards a 4.25 out of 5. Again, this movie, first few days here in February, but I've said it before, January was an incredible month. If February can keep it up, if Ant-Man, holds strong, we're off to a great start for this year, and I hope that it just keeps going so that we can have tons of great movies to discuss, rank, review, all that stuff for the year going ahead. But guys, if you've seen this review, are you now going to go see Knock at the Cabin? Where are you going to go see it anyways? Let me know that down below. Let me know what kind of reviews and what kind of review structure you want to see here on the channel. And until then, guys, we will catch you in the next video. Thanks, as always, for watching.